friends! So I'm going to talk to you today about the Art 21 artist that I chose to explore for my potential lesson plan. The artist that I chose was Matthew Ritchie. I chose him for several reasons. First and foremost, he does some amazing work. So he makes these really large-scale, non-objective line drawings, essentially, and that's exactly what he does. He first makes a drawing of whatever object that he's wanting to display on the wall or make a sculpture out of. He transfers that image onto his computer and then projects it onto a wall. And they end up being enormous, like 200 feet long. Great fun. So I'm going to explore that with my students. And the reason that I chose Matthew was because not only is his work really dynamic, it incorporates line, sculpture, collaboration, but I think that the students could have a lot of fun focusing on the abstraction of the drawing and then working together to create something enormous and fantastic. So what I would do potentially with them is have them each make their own line drawing with ink, micron pens, something of that sort. And then they would mash all of their work together. We'd create one big fantastic image of all their work, and then we could put it in a hallway, we could put it on the side of the building, we could do all kinds of things with that. And it could even start to creep off the wall in a way with paper mache or clay, and it could be like coming off of the edges and stuff like that. I think that it could be really cool, and I think that students would really have fun with it. And they would also learn the importance of collaborating with one another. They would be learning how to utilize their technology resources. They would be learning how to make non-objective work, which is harder than one might think sometimes. You often want to make forms even when you're trying not to. You end up finding ways to make it into something more recognizable. So I think that that would be an important lesson to learn for them. And, line is one of the elements of design that we don't like so much, but it is important to learn. So that could be a fun way for them to incorporate line into their work and to know how to utilize that as a valuable resource and not just another boring lesson that we're all sick of doing. So let's get started.
Okay, we're back. So to make our projects, what we're going to need is Bristol board. This right here. I'm choosing to use Bristol board because it works well with micron pens. So since neither of these items are super cheap, I could always buy the knockoff brand of micron pens, which work well. And then the Bristol board, it's about $17 at Hobby Lobby. So what I would probably do if I were going to do this with a group of about 25 students would be cut the paper in half. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm only going to use about half the sheet of paper. And then I'm going to get started.
Okay, so I'm here at the Columbia Art League with Karen. Hi, Karen. And we are going to project my image up onto the screen, and I'm going to, there it is. I'm going to trace it like I would with my class. Alright, now I've traced it on the board. Next step is to fill everything in. So if the students were to add pattern, I could talk about an Zentangle exercise and also positive and negative space. So I think that that would be a good way to incorporate that into this lesson. Okay, so here's the finished work. You can see that when I did the original drawing, I wanted the lines to be very smooth. With this one, as I got going with the dry erase, I noticed that it made really, really interesting patterns. So I kind of decided to go with that instead. And some thoughts that I had on this while I was doing it is one thing we could do is document our in-progress work and then make a stop-motion video out of it. So yeah, I feel like this project could go in a lot of different directions, and I think that my students would enjoy doing it.